got to the insurance investigation and you've reached the end of the road, and now, after all of your research, you found that insurance is either unavailable, insurers won't offer you flood insurance. You have to have insurance as a body corporate, it's part of your responsibility, but flood insurance has been denied as part of your cover. Or you've got to, yes, you can have insurance, but here is the premium and it is so excessive, it's not feasible to put that financial obligation onto the owners. So what do? You can't really stop. You can't say, well, we won't do it. I think it takes the next step for the committee to work towards thinking, how can we lessen the burden, mitigate the costs, not if, but when an uninsured event occurs. So flood is an uninsured event in, as we know, a lot of buildings now, especially in the West End Kurilpa region. And so where I'm on a committee, what we decided to do in 2021, when the insurance companies, our insurance company came to us at the renewal period in September and said, no flood cover. We actually had an unlimited, we started with a sublimit after the 2011 floods. We worked from no insurance to a sublimit and then up to, certain amounts, and we had no limit on our flood insurance. And they came to us in September at our renewal period and said, we're not offering it any longer. We did a lot of analysis with our own broker, looked overseas for special types of insurance that would cover us, and the answer was no. Then we did a feasibility study, and they said if we were to offer you insurance for a sublimit of $1 million, the premium would be $200,000 per year, and the excess in the event of a claim would be $200,000. So the committee took it upon ourselves to think outside the square and start a self-insurance fund. So essentially with the self-insurance fund, we've structured it under our sinking fund. So it's like a sinking fund, but it has an exclusive use for uninsured events. And we looked at our costs from 2011 and said to ourselves, if we did everything according to our plan that we'd written, our flood mitigation plan, that we could keep our costs to, a certain limit. So, that's up to each building and their committees to work out what's your risk and what value that is and what costs and what can you mitigate by doing certain measures with your planning and preparation. And then work out if we need to raise $500,000 to keep in that fund for an uninsured event. Work towards how long between now and when you want to get to that. It might be 10 years, and you start putting that into a levy that's still part of your body corporate levies, but specifically that amount will go into the uninsured events exclusive use